Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Everwise English podcast. I'm so happy you're here with us today. How are you doing today, Diana?
I'm doing wonderful, thank you. You know, I just had my morning coffee, and I was thinking about how we do the same things every single day without even thinking about them. Like brushing our teeth, making breakfast, going to work.
That's exactly what we are talking about today. We are going to learn how to talk about daily habits in English. Those everyday things we do, again and again.
And you know what? When you can talk about your daily life in English, conversations become so much easier. You can talk with friends, neighbors, co-workers.
Let me ask you something, and I want our listeners to think about this too. What's the first thing you do when you wake up in the morning?
Oh, that's easy. I check my phone. I know, maybe not the best habit.
That's honest. And right there, we just used a really helpful phrase, the first thing I do. Let me say it again slowly. The first thing I do when I wake up is check my phone.
The first thing I do. This phrase is perfect for talking about routines. For example, the first thing I do when I get home is take off my shoes.
Exactly. So today, we are going to learn simple, natural phrases like this one. Phrases that help you describe your day, your habits, your routine.
And we'll take it slow. We'll practice together. So just relax, listen, and know that you're in the right place.
So Diana, I've noticed something. Many English learners can talk about big, exciting things. They can say, I went to Paris last year, or I love watching movies.
Yes, that's true.
But when someone asks them, what's a typical day like for you? Or what do you usually do in the morning? They freeze. They don't know how to answer.
Oh, I've seen this happen. I remember talking with my friend Maria. She speaks English pretty well, but when I asked her about her morning routine, she just said I wake up. I eat. I go to work.
Exactly. Very short. Very simple. But it doesn't sound natural.
Right, because in real life, when we talk about our routines, we add little details. We say things like, I usually wake up around 7, or I always have coffee before breakfast.
Yes. And that's where these two phrases come in. I usually and I always. Let's break them down.
I usually means most of the time, but not every single time. I usually walk to work. Maybe 4 days a week I walk, 1 day I take the bus.
Perfect explanation. And I always means every single time, no exceptions. I always brush my teeth before bed. Every night, no matter what.
So our listeners can start using these right away. I usually eat breakfast at home. I always check my email in the morning.
The problem isn't that learners don't know English. The problem is they don't know these little connecting phrases that make conversation flow naturally.
And that's what we are here to fix today.
All right, let's dive deeper. The first important idea is this. When we talk about daily habits, we use something called present simple tense.
Now, don't worry if grammar terms sound scary. It's actually very simple. Present simple is just the basic form of the verb. I wake up. You eat breakfast. She goes to work.
Exactly. And we use this tense because we are talking about things that happen regularly, repeatedly, as part of our routine.
Let me give you a real example from my life. Every morning, I wake up at 6:30. I make coffee. I feed my cat. I take a shower. Then I get dressed.
Perfect. Did you hear that? Diana used present simple for everything. I wake up. I make coffee. I feed my cat.
Now let's learn 3 really useful phrases for talking about morning routines.
First one, I get up at. This means the time you leave your bed. I get up at 7 o'clock.
Second phrase, I get ready for. This means you prepare yourself for something. I get ready for work means you shower, get dressed, maybe put on makeup or shave.
And the third phrase, I head out or I leave for. This means you go out the door, you start your journey. I head out at 8:15.
Okay, let's put all 3 together in a little conversation. I'll start.
Sounds good.
Hey, what time do you get up on weekdays?
I get up at 6:45. Then I get ready for work, and I usually head out around 7:30. What about you?
Oh, I get up a bit later, around 7:15. But I get ready pretty quickly, so I leave for work at 8.
Did you hear how natural that sounded? We used all 3 phrases, and it felt like a real conversation between friends.
And that's the goal. Not to memorize sentences, but to learn phrases that you can use in real conversations.
Now, let's talk about one more thing. We often use time words with our routines. Words like usually, sometimes, often, rarely, never.
These words show how frequently you do something. I usually have coffee means most days. I sometimes have tea means not often, maybe once or twice a week. I never skip breakfast means 0 times, never ever.
So you can add these words to make your sentences more interesting and more accurate. Instead of just saying I exercise, you can say I sometimes exercise in the morning or I often exercise after work.
All right, now let's talk about the middle of the day. Your afternoon and evening routines. Because daily habits aren't just about mornings.
That's right. And here's something interesting. The way we talk about afternoon and evening is often a bit different.
In the afternoon, many people have work or school, so their routine is often more fixed, more structured. But in the evening, people have more choices about what they do.
Good point. So let's learn 3 phrases that are super helpful for talking about your afternoon and evening.
First phrase, after I finish work. Or when I get off work. These both mean the same thing. The time when your workday ends.
For example, after I finish work, I stop by the grocery store. When I get off work, I call my mom.
Second phrase, I spend time. This is how we talk about doing activities that take a while. I spend time reading. I spend time with my family. I spend time cooking dinner.
And the third phrase is one I love. I wind down by. To wind down means to relax, to slow down after a busy day. I wind down by watching TV. I wind down by taking a walk.
Oh, that's a good one. So let's do another little practice conversation. I'll be person A, you be person B.
Ready.
So, what do you usually do after you finish work?
Well, when I get off work, I usually head straight home. I'm pretty tired, you know? Then I spend time making dinner. Nothing fancy, just something simple.
Nice. Do you relax after dinner?
Yeah, I wind down by reading for about half an hour before bed. It helps me sleep better. How about you?
Oh, I'm different. After I finish work, I usually go to the gym. Then I come home, take a shower, and spend time watching my favorite shows.
There we go. Did everyone hear how we used those 3 phrases naturally? After I finish work, spend time, and wind down by.
And notice we also talked about what we do differently. That makes the conversation more interesting.
Now here's a little tip. When you're talking about evening routines, it's very common to talk about habits before bed.
Yes. We have special phrases for this. Before bed, I. Or before I go to sleep, I.
Let me give you some examples. Before bed, I brush my teeth and wash my face. Before I go to sleep, I set my alarm for the next morning.
Before bed, I check that all the doors are locked. Before I go to sleep, I read a few pages of my book.
These phrases are so useful because everyone has a bedtime routine. Everyone does something before they sleep. Now, let's talk about something really important. How to talk about habits that you're trying to build or change.
Oh, this is a good one. Because life isn't just about what we already do. It's also about what we want to do more, or what we are trying to stop doing.
Exactly. Maybe you're trying to exercise more. Maybe you're trying to eat healthier. Maybe you're trying to spend less time on your phone.
So let's learn 3 phrases that help us talk about these kinds of habits.
First phrase, I'm trying to. This shows you're making an effort. I'm trying to wake up earlier. I'm trying to drink more water.
Second phrase, I've been. With an ing verb. This shows something you've been doing recently or for a period of time. I've been going to bed earlier. I've been taking walks in the evening.
And the third phrase, I want to get into the habit of. This means you want to make something a regular part of your routine. I want to get into the habit of reading every day. I want to get into the habit of meal prepping on Sundays.
You know what? I have a perfect example from my own life. About 2 months ago, I realized I was spending too much time looking at my phone at night.
Oh, I think many people can relate to that.
Right? So I said to myself, I'm trying to put my phone away an hour before bed. And you know what? I've been reading books instead, and I'm sleeping so much better.
That's wonderful. So you used 2 of our phrases right there. I'm trying to put my phone away and I've been reading books instead.
Yes. And now my goal is this. I want to get into the habit of doing this every single night, not just most nights.
There's the third phrase. Do you see how these phrases help you talk about change, about growth, about improving your habits?
Okay, let's practice. I'll ask you a question.
Go ahead.
I heard you've been looking really healthy lately. Have you changed anything in your routine?
Thank you for noticing. Well, I'm trying to exercise more regularly. I've been going to the gym 3 times a week for the past month.
That's great. Is it hard to stick with it?
Sometimes, yeah. But I really want to get into the habit of working out because it makes me feel so much better. I have more energy during the day.
Perfect. Did everyone hear those 3 phrases? I'm trying to, I've been, and I want to get into the habit of.
These phrases show that you're actively working on yourself. And in English conversations, people love talking about self-improvement, about trying to be better.
One more quick thing. If you want to talk about a bad habit you're trying to stop, you can say I'm trying not to. Or I'm cutting back on.
Great additions. I'm trying not to stay up so late. I'm cutting back on coffee.
I'm trying not to skip breakfast anymore. I'm cutting back on how much TV I watch.
Now you have even more ways to talk about your habits honestly and naturally. All right, I want to tell you a story. This is a true story about my friend David.
Oh, I'm ready. I love your stories.
So David is from Japan, and he moved to the United States about 3 years ago for work. His English was pretty good, but he felt nervous talking to his American coworkers.
Why was that?
Well, he could talk about work topics just fine. But during lunch breaks, or at the coffee machine, people would have small talk. They'd say things like, "Hey David, how was your weekend?" Or "What do you usually do after work?"
And he didn't know how to answer naturally.
Exactly. He would just say very short things. "My weekend was good. After work, I go home." And then, silence. Awkward silence.
Oh no, I can imagine how uncomfortable that must have felt.
Right. So David told me about this problem, and I said, "You need to learn how to talk about your daily life. Not just facts, but your routines, your habits, the little details."
So what did he do?
He started practicing. Every day, he would think about his routine and practice describing it out loud. He would use phrases like "I usually," "I always," "after I finish work," "I spend time doing."
Just like the phrases we've been teaching today.
Yes, exactly. And here's what happened. About 2 weeks later, he was getting coffee in the break room, and a coworker named Michelle said, "Hey David, do you have any plans for tonight?"
Okay, that's a typical small talk question.
And David, instead of just saying no, he said, "Actually, I usually head to the gym after work on Tuesdays. I've been trying to work out more regularly. What about you?"
Oh wow. That's such a better answer.
Michelle's face lit up. She said, "Oh, you go to the gym? Me too. Which gym do you go to?" And they ended up having a 15-minute conversation about exercise, gyms, healthy habits.
That's amazing. One better answer opened up a whole conversation.
And from that day, David and Michelle became friends. They started going to the gym together sometimes. They'd chat about their daily routines, their goals, their habits.
So what's the lesson here?
The lesson is this: when you can talk about your daily life naturally, you connect with people. You're not just giving short, nervous answers. You're having real conversations.
And those real conversations lead to friendships, to better relationships at work, to feeling more comfortable in English.
David told me later, "Learning to talk about my daily routine changed everything. I don't feel like an outsider anymore."
That's beautiful. And you know what? Our listeners can do the same thing. You can learn these phrases, practice them, and use them to connect with people.
That's exactly right. Okay, everyone. Now it's time to practice together. We're going to go through some of the key phrases from today, and I want you to say them out loud with us.
Don't worry about being perfect. Just try your best and repeat after us. Ready?
Let's start with morning routine phrases. I'll say it first, then pause, and you repeat. Here we go. I get up at 7 o'clock.
Good. Next one. I get ready for work.
Excellent. One more. I usually have coffee before breakfast.
Nice work. Now let's practice afternoon and evening phrases. After I finish work, I go to the gym.
Great. Next. I spend time cooking dinner.
One more for evening. I wind down by watching TV.
Perfect. Now let's practice phrases for habits you're building. I'm trying to exercise more.
Good. I've been going to bed earlier.
Excellent. I want to get into the habit of reading every day.
Wonderful. Now, let's practice putting some phrases together. I'll ask a question, then answer it as an example. Then you try answering the same question yourself. Okay.
Question number 1. What time do you usually wake up?
I'll answer first. I usually wake up at 6:30, but on weekends I sleep until 8.
Now you try. Answer that question out loud. What time do you usually wake up?
Good job. Question number 2. What do you do after work or school?
My example. After work, I usually go for a walk. Then I spend time making dinner and relaxing.
Your turn. What do you do after work or school?
Excellent. Last question. What habit are you trying to build right now?
My example. I'm trying to drink more water throughout the day. I've been keeping a water bottle at my desk.
Now you. What habit are you trying to build?
Fantastic. You're doing great.
Remember, the more you practice these phrases, the more natural they'll feel. Try describing your daily routine out loud, even if you're alone.
And when you're in real conversations, use these phrases. That's when the real learning happens.
All right, everyone. We are coming to the end of today's episode. Let's do a quick summary.
Today we learned how to talk about daily habits in English. We learned phrases for morning routines, afternoon and evening activities, and habits we are trying to build.
We talked about phrases like I usually, I always, I get up at, I spend time, and I wind down by.
And we learned how to talk about changes you're making, like I'm trying to, I've been, and I want to get into the habit of.
The most important thing to remember is this. Talking about your daily routine helps you connect with people. It makes conversations natural and comfortable.
And here's your challenge for today. Your challenge phrase is, I usually.
Yes. Before the end of today, try to use the phrase I usually in a conversation. Or even just say it to yourself about your routine.
For example, I usually check my email in the morning. I usually eat lunch around noon. I usually call my friend on Fridays.
This week, pay attention to your own daily habits. Notice what you do every day. And practice describing your routine in English, even if it's just to yourself.
You know what? Describing your daily life is one of the most practical English skills you can have. You'll use it all the time.
Before we go, we want to ask you for a small favor.
If you enjoyed this episode, please hit the follow or subscribe button on whatever app you're using. That way, you won't miss our next episode.
And if you know someone else who's learning English, maybe a friend, a family member, a coworker, please share this episode with them. Learning English is easier when you do it together.
One more thing. If you have a few seconds, please leave us a rating or a short review. It really helps other English learners find the show.
And if you want to tell us about your daily routine, or if you have questions, you can always reach out to us. We love hearing from our listeners.
All right, my friend, that's all for today.
Remember, every small step you take in English matters. Every phrase you practice, every conversation you try, it all adds up.
Keep practicing, keep learning, and most importantly, be patient and kind with yourself.
Until next time, this is the Everwise English Podcast.
Take care, everyone.
Bye for now.